My new book, Facts That Aren't True, is out now. Don't forget about my other book, Rational Answers to Stupid Questions. Click the link in the description now.
Yeah, so can you prove to me that God doesn't exist?
The God you believe in? Yeah, that's not even hard to do.
I'm just saying God in general.
Any kind of God could exist. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, so you don't know. So wait, are you agnostic?
Yeah, I would assume you might be too.
No, I'm Christian.
Yeah, you can be an agnostic Christian.
Really, that's an oxymoron. Can you prove that?
Well, I can just give you the definitions. So, do you think it's possible that the God you believe in doesn't exist?
No.
Really? Do you think it's possible that some other type of God also exists?
No.
Okay. I mean, I could ask you a question, but I think you had something on the tip of your tongue, so go
there's no
ahead.
possible world my God doesn't exist because my God is a necessary truth. It's not contingent.
Yeah, so just defining it into existence isn't really very clever.
Well, no,
It exists because it has to exist.
I can prove. No, that's not circular.
An argument doesn't prove anything.
Do you know what a necessary truth is?
No, go ahead and inform me.
Yeah, so necessary truth is that which that is true in all possible worlds. It cannot be false, never. So when it talks about
okay, so then I say butthole worms are a necessary truth. They have to exist in all necessary worlds.
Well, no, then you have to prove that.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't. You haven't proved that your God exists. You just said that it is the necessary thing that must exist. And I'm telling you, butthole worms are the necessary thing that must exist.
I can prove that to you.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna take every single one of your arguments and say that butthole worms is that thing too.
Really? What are you defining as butthole worms?
They're worms and they live in your butthole.
Yeah. So is it possible that that humans don't exist in a possible
world? No, you could have a uncorporeal butthole. Like the essence of butthole can't not exist. See, because in order for there to be buttholes, there has to be the concept of butthole. Just like before minds exist, there has to be an eternal mind that must exist. So an eternal butthole necessarily must exist.
Wait, so can you define what essence is?
No.
Okay, then your argument fundamentally fails because you don't even know your own argument. So that's just nonsense.
Well, I don't need to know it. It's true because it necessarily exists.
Well, you don't know anything about your argument, do you? Do you know anything?
Well, that's fine, but it's still true.
Do you know that you know anything?
The great juju that lives at the bottom of the sea revealed to me all of these facts.
Basically, you're just saying a bunch of random comments that don't even make sense. You're just saying
that's exactly what you do.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. You don't even know anything. You
prove to me what you believe in.
So how can you make your arguments fundamentally fail?
Prove what you believe in.
Yeah, you have to make fun of me now because you don't have any arguments. You don't have any actual good arguments or evidence to prove what you believe.
Well, see, the problem is when you heard what you believe in regurgitated back to you, you thought that it sounded fucking stupid.
Yeah, but so can you prove to me that what you're saying is true?
No, neither can you. That's the point.
No, so I actually
prove what you believe in.
Prove to me that God exists. I mean, you said prove to you that God exists. Sure.
Yeah, whatever you believe in, prove it.
Yeah, if you want me to prove to you that God exists, I mean, it's very simple, right?
Yeah, and don't steal from my butthole worms thing by saying that it must necessarily exist, because then you would just be proving that super butthole worms also exist.
No, because it's very possible that humans don't exist, so that's very nonsensical. Number one.
No, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, because an
eternal butthole must exist, just like an eternal mind, according to you, must exist. So.
Well, no, because that could be a semantical error. You could be calling it because you're talking about.
Yeah, you could be making a semantical error too.
No, you're probably making a semantical error. You're just probably saying that the thing.
Yeah, so are you.
It's called it.
Yeah, you don't know what minds are, so you're probably just making a semantical error.
Can you prove to me that I don't know what a mind is?
No, that's up to you.
Yeah, so you're just making a bunch of claims you can't even prove, man. Look how bad
Yeah,
you're.
see, this is what it's like talking to you guys.
A lot of things that you don't even know about. How can you even debate?
So, anyways, sorry I interrupted you and steered us slightly off track, but go ahead and prove what you believe in.
Yeah, I'm trying to prove what I'm believing in, but you keep on making these dumb arguments you can't even prove. So why do you keep on saying these things if you can't
I'm
even
just
prove it?
front loading your arguments with the same argument. But anyways, go ahead and prove whatever you believe in.
Yeah, so let me prove to you that God exists, right?
Yep, go ahead.
So number one, logic exists. Number two, logic has to have a mind to exist. Number
Says
three,
who?
says who?
Yeah.
The conclusion is that God exists because
Yeah,
God is a mind.
substantiate premise number 2. Pumpkin.
Substantiate number two. So what is logic? Logic is an idea. Logic is a abstract idea. Ideas only exist in the mind. Therefore,
Yeah, substantiate that claim.
ideas only exist in the mind.
Yeah, substantiate that claim.
Substantiate that claim.
Yep.
Okay, fine. Ideas. So what is an idea? An idea is something that derives from the mind.
Wow, a tautology. You have a nice circular argument there.
You don't know what you
You stutter as
wait,
fast as you talk. It's impressive.
Do you believe that
You
ideas?
bet.
Do you believe that ideas,
Yeah, but-
ideas can exist without the mind?
This is up to you to prove. You're trying to convince me.
I'm saying, do you believe that ideas can exist without the mind?
Yeah, so this is up to you to prove. It doesn't matter what I believe in. If what you believe in is true, then it doesn't matter what I think.
I mean, I can ask anybody in the comments the same question. They'd probably say that.
Yeah, that's great. I would avoid answering these questions too if I were you.
Fine. So what is
Because
that?
you
What is
talked up
idea?
a big game.
Idea is just a thought or a suggestion or as possible to a course in action. So like, can this
Okay.
thing can a thought exist without a mind?
I don't know. You said that they only can. So why should I think that?
Okay, let's see what a thought is. Then let's define what a thought is. This is going to be an infinite regression of definition because you can't even understand a basic concept. You think that the ideas can exist without the mind, so you won't even answer my question because you know this traps you. So let's just talk about what a thought is. A thought would pretty much be an idea or an opinion produced by thinking accordingly suddenly in the mind. So this
So
definition.
are you using thoughts to prove thoughts? Sounds like you are. Your logical statements, your arguments, these are thoughts, and you're using thoughts to prove that thoughts must come from minds. Yep, this is the vicious circularity. This is what you get with these people.
Wait, how is it circular?
Are you using thoughts to prove thoughts?
Am I using thoughts to prove thoughts?
Yep. You are. So, moving on.
Wait, how am I using
What do you want to
thoughts
talk about next?
How is that circular?
Using thoughts to prove thoughts.
How is it? Number one, that was not my argument.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Well, your argument is composed of thoughts. Logical statements, what are they? They are ideas that can only exist in minds, and so I'm going to use thoughts and ideas to argue that thoughts and ideas can only come from minds.
Wait, so again, do you believe that thoughts can exist without the mind?
I have no belief. I'm just trying to get you to tell me what to believe in, Daddy.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, thoughts can only exist with the mind.
Yeah, why? Why should I think that?
Because fundamentally, the definition of a thought is something that derives from
So
the
it's
mind.
defined that way? Great. Butthole worms are the necessary thing that must exist by definition.
Wait, so are
See,
you actually
I knew that we would
so are you
get there
actually gonna
at
use-
some
so are you
point.
gonna
I
use
knew that we would get there
Yeah,
at
so
some
so are you
point.
actually gonna use
Oh,
the
yeah,
argument
because
that
that's
you
the
say,
definition of it.
Yeah, but
God
you
must
can't
exist
even-
because God is
now you're
defined as the
making
thing that
fun of-
must
now you're making
exist.
fun of me.
Butthole worms must exist.
Yeah, so now you're not even engaging my argument. You're just saying a bunch of random stuff that had nothing to do with the conversation because you know that you can't even debate. You can't even prove your arguments. You can't even.
You know that your arguments are epistemologically useless because anybody can adopt them and then just say, this thing has those characteristics, and there ain't fuck all that people like you can do about it.
Yeah, can you prove to me that you exist?
Can I prove to you that you exist or that I exist?
Prove to me that you exist.
Can't, don't need to. The great juju at the bottom of the
Yeah,
sea
of course,
grounds
yeah,
all
because you don't know anything.
reality.
Because you don't know anything. You don't even know that whether or not 2 + 2 is 4. You're gonna say, "Oh, I don't know if 2 + 2 is 4 now because I don't."
So
believe I
it's
can
going to be really funny when you can't do the same thing. Prove to me that you exist.
prove to me I can. Or who are you having conversation with if I don't exist? Boom! I just proved to you I existed. Unless you're schizophrenic, but I'm guessing you are schizophrenic because you don't even know anything. You don't even know if what your microphone in front of you is real. You don't know anything. You don't know
So
what's-
again, prove to me. Okay, let's do it a different way. Prove to me that you're not a figment of my imagination. You said I might be schizophrenic, which would mean that you are a figment of my imagination. So prove that you're not. Oh, fucking poor little crybaby can't substantiate his own claim. He can't even prove that he exists. Therefore, you don't exist. What a fucking idiot.